Pietro, what's your relationship like with Vivendi at the moment? Can you convince them not to take legal action?
I'm continuing to tell to everybody that in this moment of the company, more than ever, it's important the dialogue between all the stakeholders, not only shareholders. I'm always disposed with Vivendi, and I always been in touch with Vivendi, try to understand always if there is an alternative to our plan. I don't think to be the most clever guy of the world. So if there's someone with a better idea, I was always been ready to follow that. But in the last couple of years, we have dismantled and rebuilt the company several times to try to understand which could be the better combination for the future.
But are they softening? Are they softening, or do you think they'll still go full legal suit?
I don't know, but again, this is in their hands. But what is important to remember, that Vivendi was in the board in July 2022 when we approved this plan. So perhaps something has changed, but again, I don't see any alternative plan for the company. So
when do you think the sale, or how confident are you that the sale of Netco will happen in the first half of next year?
I'm very confident it will happen in the first half of next year. Then, before the summer, to be clear, because if not, someone can say 30th of June. By the summer, it will happen.
And what will happen to the consumer unit? So if you lay out for me, is there going to be an M&A in the consumer unit? Is that something that
This is something that we have to keep on the radar. But what is important is that it's not necessarily a traditional M&A. What's happened? I have to manage the top line and the cost base. Top line is difficult to grow because this is not a market that will have further new customers. The only possibility to grow is ARPU increase, price increase. But it's very difficult in this environment. So you have to optimize the cost base. A way to optimize the cost base is to create a unique network. Sometimes put together the frequencies of two players, have a unique 5G network. This is something you have to think about.
But so are you telling me that you could also be a seller or in this space, or you want to be a buyer? When you talk about
I want to be a buyer, but we are not on sale. We sold the network to give a new industrial strategic opportunity to what remains. And with the level of leverage that we'll have the possibility to invest for the growth of the company.